Thank God Rochelle Walensky is stepping down as the head of the CDC. Praise Jesus, she's going. As of June, the White House putting out a nice statement about her. Oh, she saved lives with her steadfast and unwavering focus on the health of every American. As director of the CDC, she did all sorts of great things. You can fill in the rest of the blanks. There probably wasn't anyone more hysterical about COVID than Rochelle Walensky. She hasn't acknowledged any of her mistakes. Even as Fauci comes out and admits masks, maybe 10% around the edges, really they only work if it's the N95 or KN95 perfectly fitted, notwithstanding what he and the CDC did to our kids, did to us for 2+ years. She hasn't even gone that far. She's still pretending she has a perfect track record, and now she's just quietly going to ride off into the sunset.
Well, it's interesting to me because we've had rule by experts for the last 3 years, which is what the left claims to want. You know, if you talk about climate change, they say, well, wait a minute, are you a climatologist? No, actually, I'm a tap dancer. Well, then you have no right to weigh in. I don't think these lockdowns are a good idea. Well, wait a minute, are you a virologist? No, I'm a dog sledder. Well, then you have no right to weigh in. We've had rule by experts for 3 years, and everything is as bad as it can get. The CDC has basically destroyed its brand during that time. It used to be that, you know, people thought the WHO in Geneva was a bit iffy, but the CDC had quite a good reputation. They've basically done a Bud Light on their brand these last 3 years. And nobody, I mean, goodbye, Rochelle Walensky, and good riddance. But actually, I don't think anybody who's been associated with the last 3 years should be in any public position whatsoever, because it's been as big a catastrophe for sound government as you could imagine.
Here is just a reminder of her steady leadership as praised by the White House today. Who could forget this moment?
When I first started at CDC about 2 months ago, I made a promise to you. I would tell you the truth, even if it was not the news we wanted to hear. Now is one of those times when I have to share the truth, and I have to hope and trust you will listen. I'm going to pause here. I'm going to lose the script, and I'm going to reflect on the recurring feeling I have of impending doom. We have so much to look forward to, so much promise and potential of where we are, and so much reason for hope. But right now, I'm scared.
Oh, God. Tears.
No, that is basically, I mean, it's not really funny because half the population takes it seriously, and they're still going around with the tatty old masks hanging off their nose, thinking they're going to die if some little particle manages to penetrate their tatty old mask. But this is actually, you know, I'm going to go off the script now. We're all doomed, head for the hills. I mean, no one should ever take her seriously ever again. I mean, she and Irina Briganti, who you were talking about earlier, should team up, because it's the same thing. It's totally fake. Oh, I'm going to go off the script now. But fortunately, the bit of script I'm going off has been preloaded in my prompter. So we are all doomed. I mean,
It's so true. Oh my God, I won't miss her at all. Experts say that China is hoarding a massive amount of food. They will soon have over 2/3 of the globe's corn reserves, over half of its rice, and over half of its wheat. But when asked about it, China misleads. One China expert says that they, of course, would never admit to something like that. Well, what does China know that we don't? When it comes to global food shortages, China is the canary in the coal mine. You see, China's the world's #1 food importer. They rely on the rest of the world to keep their people fed, so they cannot afford to mess this up, or there could be riots or civil panic or worse. That's why it's a smart idea to stock up on your own on a kit of the best-selling 4 Patriots survival food. Create your own stockpile of the best-selling 4 Patriots survival food kits. Hand-packed in the USA, the kits are compact and stack easily. They have different delicious breakfasts, lunches, and dinners, and their 5-star reviews on the website rave about the flavor and the taste. Right now, you can get 10% off your first purchase of 4 Patriots survival food by typing in the code MK at checkout. Go to 4patriots.com, use that code MK and get your 10% off your first purchase of 4 Patriots survival food. Again, that's 4patriots.com. Use that code MK. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.